I published a study on 46,000 scans looking at gender, and we're not the same species.
Seek the validation of men because you think you don't care for men's validation, which I don't think I do, but
What would you say when someone asks you, can I decenter men and still be in a relationship with a man? Can I decenter men and still crave relationship with a man? What would you say? I saw a video of this lady saying that she really wants to be in a relationship with a man, but then she's in the process of decentering men and she's enjoying it, right? And now, but she still wants to be in a relationship. But then the comment section of that video got interesting because people were like, decentering men is just social media. It is not real online. So you better go meet the man you want to be with and stop deceiving yourself about decentering men. Before I roll the clip, I have this interesting video to share with you. How men are realizing how useless they are in a relationship with a woman. Let me roll the clip for you all to watch to the end, and I'll be back to share my thoughts at the end of the video.
There are general differences between men and women of these tests. So I published a study on 46,000 scans looking at gender, and we're not the same species. Female brains are wired for leadership. They have much stronger frontal lobe function. And the statistic that goes with this is who goes to jail, right? Whose behavior is so bad they have to put you in a cage. Males, 14 times more than females. But their emotional brain is much busier. And so that explains why they're at a significantly higher risk of depression. Structurally, the limbic system's larger in women because it's partly involved in mood, but also deeply involved in bonding and caretaking. And there's not one society on earth where men are primary caretakers for children. You sort of have to go down to penguins before you get that. Seahorses as well.
So forget being generalized. We're hearing it directly from the neurologist's mouth who did the studies, who've in fact determined that we're almost like we're not the same species. Factoring into why there's so much gender wars between the male and female humans, because we are operating from faulty programming that has been socially constructed rather than us looking to nature for how we're supposed to live. You know, making fun of single mothers because they don't have their matriarchs is what the real issue is, because it doesn't matter whether a man is in our life or not. We can do what we need to do. All we have to take is your sperm. So at the core of these conversations is really men feeling insecure because you guys feel useless. And the more women fight for their freedom and independence and show you just how much we really don't need you, the sadder you all become. Y'all are just in survival mode, fighting for your life to have access to women that so many don't want to give you anymore, because we realize that it's not you who's the god. It's actually us.
Most of the time, people say, oh, we need each other. Man and woman, we need each other. Da, 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 da. And the people that say all these things are mostly men because they're afraid. See, when you look at it, and women can do literally what men can do, but men cannot do what women can do. Just few men can do few things that women can do. Cooking, cleaning, da 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 da. But no man can give birth. No man can get pregnant. No man can breastfeed. But leave a woman to do everything, she can do it. That is why you see single mothers striving. Some single mothers is not easy for them because being be a parent to be the only parent to your children is not easy. But when you try to make it a success and later on you start seeing your children successful, you are happy. So all those people that tell you you can do it on your own, now they see that you can do it on your own. What I'm trying to say is a woman can make it on her own with or without a man. But can a man single-handedly raise a child without a woman? It's easy for a man to remarry when he has kids. If anything happens to his wife, it's easy for him to remarry immediately because he feels like I cannot take care of this child on my own. I need a woman in this house. Women, when they lost their husband or divorce, they hardly remarry. They hardly tell you they need a man because they can literally do everything for themselves. And thank God women are now realizing that most of the time is the men that benefits more in the relationship. Anyways, let's go back to the first video we're talking about, which is the century man and being in a relationship with a man. Is it possible to decenter men and still be in a relationship with a man? Or is just a social media thing? When it comes to decentering men, what is your own take? Let me read this video for you all to watch to the end, and I'll share my thoughts at the end of the video.
hey, to the girlies that are in the process of decentering men, I wanted to know, what are you guys doing to combat the want and the desire and the yearning to still be in a relationship, a romantic relationship, a committed relationship with a man? And I'm talking to the single girls now. I'm not talking to the people who are in relationships or are in long-term relationships. And maybe, actually, no, I take that back. Even the women who are in relationships with men that want to decenter men, what are you guys doing? Because I'm finding it that as much as I am in the process of unlearning a lot of socialized behavior, unlearning to not seek the validation of men, because you think you don't care for men's validation, which I don't think I do, but when you really deep it, when you really introspect, so much of what you think about at the end of the day somehow goes back to how a man is going to perceive you, even when you don't think you're doing that. If I'm making sense, there's a lot of things that we do for ourselves, don't get me wrong. Like, I think there's so many things that I personally could not give a fuck about. Beauty standards, for one. I focus on what I am comfortable doing, what I feel like makes me feel beautiful. I don't care if a man's gonna like it or not. The way I dress, the way I act, the way I speak, my thoughts, my ideas, my opinions, the content I consume. Like, I don't give a fuck what these niggas will think about. Like, literally, they're the last thing on my mind. But there's still certain things that, like, at the root and the crux of it is still centered on if a certain kind of man is going to validate that experience for me. Crazy, right? And I want to know, can you do both? Can you decenter them and still want to be in romantic relationships with them? And obviously there's no correct answer. I think I just want to hear from other people's experiences that are doing it, because I will think about all the cute things that I'd love to do. I'd love to go on dates. I would love to explore Cape Town with someone. I would love to, but then but you can't think that way, because you need to take out or negate the fact that you want to do things with a man, because how are you decentering them but you still want to spend time with them? I don't know if I'm making sense. The girls who get it, and the girls that don't. But I need to hear from you guys how you're doing it, because the more I decenter them, which is easy, because dating in Cape Town as a black woman, in my experience, is just story for another day. So it's easy. I've easily been able to withdraw myself from the dating scene, from online dating, from just even looking for love. I just really could not care less. And I don't want to hear get a hobby, read a book, go back to school. I'm doing all those things. I've got 2 jobs. I read, I exercise, I go to church. I find ways to, explore my creativity and channel my energy into things that are going to make me happy. But I'm a person at the same time. And there's still things that I yearn for. And I'm just like, damn, bitch, you want to focus on this, but I'm like, yo, I would love to be taken out on a date. I would love to be shown around town. I'd love to be a passenger princess. I'd love to be taken care of financially, emotionally, physically. I'd love to make my partner's life better financially, emotionally, physically, spiritually. All those things that you want out of a relationship, right? But now you have to take it and keep it to yourself, because what are you doing? You're just centering men. And I don't think it's a bad thing. I don't feel bad. I don't feel lonely. I don't feel like, what should I do? Do I choose? No. I'm just trying to see how you guys are going about it also. Just some thoughts I had. I don't know.
For me, I don't really get when people talk about social media. And sometimes when they see you say some things, they say, oh, it's just social media. It's not real. It's not real. Who told you it's not real? They say you're only decentering men on social media, but then you're not decentering men in real life. First of all, let's talk about what is decentering. What do you mean when people tell you decentering? Don't centralize your life around men. Let's talk about it first. A lot of women always seek validation from men before they do anything. A lot of women put their lives aside to make their man happy. A lot of women put their interests, their likes, everything aside because they need to make the man in their lives happy. It can be your husband, it can be your boyfriend, it can be your dad, your brother, any man in your life. So when we talk about decentering men is mainly focusing on yourself, focusing on your interests, making yourself happy, putting yourself first before any other people. Because normally women were taught to put their interests last. You will see a woman will do something that doesn't please her, something that makes her sad, but she'll be like, so far you're happy, I would be happy. Okay? But then men don't. Men put themselves first. If something doesn't pay, man, he's not going to put his hands into it. If he's not going to benefit from something, he's not going to do it. Okay? But women, no. Even if you're not benefiting, so far the other person, which is the man, is happy, a woman will change so many things just to make it happen. So that is where the sentiment comes in. You can actually make yourself happy. You can actually do things you like without thinking about men. There are other reasons why you should decenter men or why you can decenter men. Kindly share your thought down in the comment section. For me, decentering men and being in a relationship with a man is very possible. In fact, I feel like if you decenter men and be in a relationship with a man, you would enjoy the relationship. In fact, the man, if he's wise, he will also enjoy the relationship with you because you're happy. So when people try to say, oh, because I want to decenter men, meaning I have to hate men, that is wrong. That is not the reason why you're decentering men. You can be in a relationship. You can want to have a romantic relationship with a man if you want to, if that is what you want. That is also you making yourself happy because you choose to be in a relationship with a man. And yeah, that is choosing yourself, right? So if that is what you want, that's what's going to make you happy, go for it. But while you're in it, don't forget yourself. Don't forget what you started, what you were doing before you were in the relationship. Don't forget your likes, your hobbies, your friends. Because these men are very good at love bombing in the initial relation. Initially, they will love bomb you and you will just want to put everything aside. That's when you realize, "Oh, I don't really actually like going out. I don't really actually like traveling. I don't really actually like this food." But later on, you realize that these men do not leave their friends, they do not leave their hobbies. So if you're decentering men before being in a relationship with a man, it's advisable to still continue decentering them while you're still in the relationship with them. And trust me, relationship is sweeter when you decenter men. And it's sweetest when the man also decenter men in the relationship with you. Because both of you need to decenter men. Both of you need to decenter men. So if you're decentering men, your partner is also decentering men. Perfect. So if you're part of people that shame women that come online to talk about decentering men, and later on you see them with a man smiling and taking pictures, and you're like, I thought you said we should not be with a man, and you're taking pictures. Some will say, oh, you're married. I thought you said we should get married. I thought you said we should decenter men. Decentering men doesn't mean don't be in a relationship with a man. Anyways, what is your take on these conversations we just had today? Kindly share your thoughts in the comment section respectfully. It's your girl Maria Davis, and please like and subscribe and turn on the post notification bell so you can get notified when I upload another interesting video. And I'll see you in my next one.